What's going on, guys? Today we're here to talk about home security. So home security in the way of an Onwote security system. This is not your average, cheap, unreliable system. This is a $400 system that comes with four 4K cameras, PoE, which means power over Ethernet. So yes, you will be running cables for this, but it's a lot more secure than a wireless system. Since it's powered over Ethernet, it's not gonna run out of juice on you. So let's dive in. We're gonna do a real quick unbox. Then we're gonna get to the setup. We're gonna install it right here in the house, and we're gonna talk about it. First off, take a look at the attention to detail in this packaging. A lot of plastic, but very well secured. All right, so for the unboxing here, we're gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna show you guys what it comes with, what it's for, and what to do with it. So, first up, you have these cameras here. Now, right off the bat, full metal housing, full metal on top. You have your main lens right here. Then right below it, you also have a speaker. These are two-way camera systems. You can use this on an app. You can talk to people. You know, if somebody's there, put these by your front door. Mailman, hey, where do I put this package? Here you go. So then in the back here, you have the Ethernet adapter as well as a power adapter. Now, since these are PoE, that is just an alternative power method. These are going to be powered directly from the Ethernet cable through the box. And then of course, since this main box unit here is going to power these, you need a pretty decent power brick. So right here you can see this is a 52 volt 1.8 amp. Obviously a lot more than you would normally need for a security system box, but this is sending power to up to 8 cameras. So let's take a look at the unit. Very simple, very sleek. You can kind of put this anywhere. It's pretty small form factor. It's going to blend in. Coming around to the back, you have 8 PoE ports, again, power over Ethernet. Then you have one that connects it directly to your internet if you prefer. This is going to allow you to connect to your computer, smart app, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. Then you have 2 USB ports here. You can control and monitor this with its own dedicated system. So if you don't want this on the internet, you connect it to a mouse, which is included, and then you connect it to a monitor, and you just have a spot in your house where you check it out. Some people would prefer that. Then right here you have the HDMI out, the VGA out in case you have an older monitor or something different. Then you have the audio out here, as well as the power adapter. Aside from that, there's not a lot else going on with it. Right here you can see the model number, that it's an NVR recorder, so this is going to have some kind of built-in storage as well. Next up, this comes with 4 60-foot Ethernet cables that will also direct power. 4 of these individually wrapped. It also comes with 4 of these. I just wanted to unbox one for now, trying to keep it all together for the install. Then of course you have one more Cat5e Ethernet cable. This is going to connect the box to your router if that's the direction you wish to go. We will be doing that for this install. Pretty much everything that comes in the box. Obviously you have a couple other little things like some install hardware here, but if you pull this off the back, this is the plate that you're going to go ahead and mount to the outside wall. Nice and easy, 3 screws in, then you're going to lock it in place here. Now you are going to have to drill a hole for this to exit. You know, that's going to be kind of important. And then there is no motor or anything like that in here. These are not fully controllable by any means. So what you want to do is once you get it up, you have a good rotation on this ball mechanism here to angle it the way you want. Obviously keep that in mind during setup. You know, you want to have a general idea where this is going to go. So with that said, this is a 125-degree field of view. Going to be a little bit more than the average eye can see. Pretty nice. On top of which, these are 4K sensors. Going to be crystal clear. So we talked about the box. Its built-in storage is a 2 terabyte, most likely a hard drive, but that's really all you need for security systems. You don't need any kind of super speed storage. And the included mouse, well, it's an included mouse. It's not made to be special. Okay, so this definitely isn't my normal recording area, but main tricks of this thing. If you guys want to use this with your internet and use all the apps and attached services, you guys got to have it close to your router and your modem. Now I do have one wired connection in the other room, but it goes right to the computer. This end right here, the wide one, that's where the Ethernet cable is going to go, just like so. And then if you're using a monitor to, well, monitor your situation, next you go with that. Now, the one for your internet is going to go, again, right here next to the USB. Now I'm very short on space. I didn't have an extra cable, so for now, it's going to be kind of connected like this. All right, so the default password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Obviously, once you type this in, it's going to ask you guys to set a new password. Pretty much makes sense. Well, this is interesting, guys. So I thought it'd be a little easier to set up a password if I use the keyboard. This is the 3rd keyboard I have tried. None of them work. If you guys know why, let me know down below. All right, after that, once you get through setup, by the way, guys, setup, A little annoying. There's no keyboard, and if you mistype the email and you click out and try to edit it, it erases it. So keep that in mind. Next up, we're going to download the app. You scan the app and it comes up as Guard Viewer. All right, so here is a view. Now this is inside, given. You guys can see it here, you can see it here. This is the 4K. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the 4K isn't the most impressive thing I've seen. It's definitely a very low bit rate, but it is pretty clear overall. But overall, what you guys are looking for, you don't really wanna see how it looks in here. You guys wanna see how it looks outside. So I'm gonna get one or two set up. We're gonna take a peek. This is not gonna be a permanent install on this review because, well, as you guys can see from up here, we're doing some renovations, so I gotta get some other things out of the way first. But don't worry, we're gonna get a pretty solid test of this. So first, let's check out the night mode. So I'm not sure what's going on. I have the camera temporarily set up outside, but look at the streaks coming across the camera. I'm guessing it could be bugs or flies or something, but it looks so wild. All right, guys, this is what the camera looks like outside. Now, in most normal conditions, this would be up mounted high, but you can angle this thing a ton of different directions. Another interesting part, I didn't think by night vision it meant that it would turn on two flashlights on the bottom. The ones you saw when I first plugged in the camera. That's pretty interesting and not quite something I expected. Now we're gonna go ahead and check through some of the settings, but I will say that bugs look super crazy on this thing and it's very hard to explain. This is a normal recording of what it looks like before the light itself comes on. Now when the light comes on, it's a motion detector. It's gonna pick you up or whoever up, and then it's gonna flash those two lights. They're fairly bright, but they don't see extremely far. All right, so jumping into the daytime view here, you guys can see it is very clear. Now, as vehicles go by, a lot of times it will catch them as red squares, depending on the angle it is focused at. So get in there and set this up if you guys pick this thing up for yourself, because obviously if you have it facing towards the road, you don't want it to start recording every time a car goes by. I live on a pretty busy road. This thing is going to be kicking off quite often. Now the refresh rate, it's not a gaming machine, guys. The refresh rate isn't going to be crazy high, but it's going to work. Also, now we can test the audio quality on the actual camera itself. As you can hear with the recordings, it's going to pick up a lot of car noise, but it works, and it has the two-way. All right, last but not least, let's go over the app real quick. The app is very intuitive, but I will say I had a couple issues getting it connected at first. It was almost like it just needed some time to get with the network, but once I got it connected, it works great. So we can see right here, we got ourselves a little view going on from the app. Check that out, full live view. Let's check out the timing delay. Okay, so we got a little bit of timing delay, but that's pretty normal. It's going through the whole box, it's going down the cable, it's recording. But the fact that it's milliseconds, you know, it's not exactly a security concern. Now, do you want to use this camera right here to record YouTube videos? Probably not. It's not going to be my recommendation. But there's a whole bunch of options in here. You have everything from snapshots to records to quality. I'm leaving it in high def. You can turn on and off. Two-way audio. You have a whole bunch of device configuration. If you're on the go, super useful function. You can do device playback. So in the device playback, you can select the camera, you can select the date you've been using it, and then you can select a time frame with a pretty nice scrubbing feature. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you to Onwote for sending over these security cameras. Now, make sure to check back with me. Make sure to stay subscribed. This is gonna be a permanent fixture. So let me know what you guys think about the 4 to 8 channel Onwote Power over Ethernet security camera system, 4K. We will have some links down below. I appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the next one.